is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Good morning, Macomb. I'm Wyandia Cooper.
And I'm Devin Brooks. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Today on the show, we're discussing many of the holiday events happening around the area. Plus, the state has a big milestone coming up. We'll have that story later on.
But first, Santa Claus is coming to town this weekend, along with horse-drawn trolley rides, carolers, and other attractions to get you into the holiday spirit.
Yeah, Dickens on the Square is an annual event that takes place in downtown Macomb. The festivities begin today and carry on through Saturday.
On Friday night, you can greet Santa as he arrives at the train station around 6:15 p.m. From the train station, he will head over to his cabin on the north side of the square to visit with children. But if it rains, Visit with Santa will be held at Western Illinois Museum.
On Saturday, you can eat breakfast at the museum, and Santa will be back to visit at 11 a.m.
This year is the 24th anniversary of the celebration, and we have the Director of Downtown Development, Christian Terry, in the studio to talk more about the event and what you can expect to see.
Well, that later on. Well, Hancock County celebrated the 25th anniversary of their Carthage Christmas open house last night. They did so by hosting an event they call 25 Trees of Christmas. 25
Colorado blue spruce trees were placed outside of the Hancock County Courthouse. Each tree is sponsored and decorated by local designers. If you want to get a look at the trees displayed, you still have a chance. The trees will stay up through the holiday season.
And if you're looking for more to do, you can enjoy some holiday-themed choral and instrumental music this weekend. The Holiday Festival of Music, the first held at WIU, is this Saturday in the College of Fine Arts and Communication Recital Hall at 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. The event features WIU School of Music ensembles and many guests from the WIU and Macomb community.
Tickets are free for WIU students and $10 for guests. They can be purchased through Hainline Theater Box office as well as online at westernpresents.com. The holiday spirit will be in West Central Illinois Arts Center with the Festival of Trees. Stop by from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow for the holiday trees, games, and more.
Admission is $3 to benefit the Women's Center Project at McDonough District Hospital. And for Santa's good boys and girls, if you want a warm place to hang out and have cookies and cocoa with Santa, you'll want to take a trip to Keokuk, Iowa tomorrow. The Cookies and Cocoa with Santa event will take place at Unity Point Health in the Keokuk lobby on 1600 Morgan Street. It will include a teddy bear clinic and a holiday sale at the gift shop. Photos with Santa will also be offered for $10. Special gifts will also be given out to the first 50 kids who show up.
Devin, did you know that Starbucks had a new holiday drink?
Yeah, I had heard about that yesterday. Well, the coffee chain introduced the Juniper Latte Tuesday. The espresso drink features a hint of juniper and sage.
The Juniper Latte was actually introduced last year at the Starbucks Reserve Roastery in Seattle. Now the company says it will be available for a limited time at participating locations while supplies last. Fortunately for us in Macomb, if you want to try it, the Starbucks at Hy-Vee is serving the juniper flavored drink.
Drinker, you had looked it up.
Yeah, I looked it up and I don't think I want to try it. It has like a citrus type feel to it. I don't think I would like that.
I don't know, we'll see. Well, another event for kids this weekend is Sock Monkey Saturdays, and that's happening at the University Art Gallery. Kids and parents are welcome to take part in the fun, and this month's theme is string creations. The free event is from 10:30 to noon.
If you're looking for other events this weekend to get you into the holiday mood, head over to the square to hear some Christmas jams.
A few local musicians will be gathered at the new Cooper Fields Book Service, tuning their ukuleles and playing holiday classics. This event will be tomorrow beginning at 1 p.m. The performance is free and open to the public.
And the WIU Department of Theater and Dance is having its annual Winter Dance Concert next week.
Yeah, the 3-day Winter Dance Works performances will be in WIU's Handline Theater next Thursday through Saturday at 7:30 p.m. The evening will be filled with a variety of dance performances, including modern and contemporary, jazz and Afro-modern, and ballad. Tickets are between $13 and $15, and you can contact WIU's Department of Theater and Dance for more information.
Argyle Lake State Park is inviting you on a winter nature hike. It's called the Winter Woodlawn Wonders Nature Hike and will explore the trails of the park.
Those attending will have a chance to learn how different animals survive during the winter season. You will also learn how to identify winter trees and animal tracks. The hike begins at 10 a.m. at the Park Visitor Center on December 15th.
December is just about here, and there are plenty of ways to save when you shop for holidays and beyond.
DealNews.com put together a list of the 10 best things to buy in December. Topping the list is gift cards. Deal News expects $100 iTunes gift cards will fall to as low as $35 in the weeks ahead. Other bargains could be had at major retailers like Target, which had knocked 10% off all store gift cards in December.
And don't forget to check out Starbucks. Last year it gave away $5 gift cards with the purchase of 2 holiday drinks. And you may find deals on video games and even some iPhones in December. For a full rundown of where to find bargains in December, check out the full list on DealNews.com.
Well, we're just days away from saying happy 200th birthday to Illinois. Our state bicentennial is December 3rd. 200 years ago, in 1818, Illinois became the 21st state in the Union.
The state has been rolling out promotional videos, and we came across one in particular we thought you enjoyed. Take a listen.
We got Yeezy, Barack, Miles Davis, and even Al Capone. No. What? Have you been there? The Windy City. Have you been there? Mr. Walt Disney calls it his home, and he grew up to be well known. Also, in 1930, Illinois gave birth to the hostess Twinkie, and we get our drama from creating soap operas. Did you know that the Chicago River actually flows?
Everybody was all dancing around, and yesterday in the newsroom we were cracking up about that. Something that I did know is that the Twinkies were created here in Illinois, but it was a funny video.
Yes, it is.
All right.
It's one of the undeniable signs that Christmas is near. The Rockefeller Christmas tree has been lit. The Norway spruce impressed everyone at the event, as Shirley Chain reports.
3, 2, 1, go!
With the flip of the switch, Christmas has officially arrived in New York. The lighting of the iconic Rockefeller Center tree, annual event now in its 86th year, draws thousands and thousands.
It was honestly the best. Beautiful, beautiful lights.
The oohs and ahs are well deserved. This year's impressive Norway spruce is from Walk Hill, New York. It's 72 feet tall, weighs about 24,000 pounds, and has all the trimmings, including 5 miles of lights. And the cherry on top, a Swarovski crystal star weighing 550 pounds. That's a whole lot of bling. The experience wowing adults and kids alike.
I would tell you that it is just like turning 5 years old again. Regardless of how old you are, how big and brawn and bad you think you are, you will turn into a child.
Leading up to the lighting, there were musical performances, but the true star of the show is always the tree. This mom from Philadelphia surprised her boys and drove them up this afternoon.
I think it's just so magical, and it just kicks off sort of the whole Christmas season, and it's so exciting. So I wanted them to experience it in person.
I just love everything about Christmas.
Metal barriers, cement blocks, thousands of NYPD officers on hand to keep everyone safe. 6 access points where security was tight. Large bags are not allowed in, and all small bags were checked and people were wanded.
They do have heavy artillery out here. They actually do have K9 out here. And again, people are being respectful of one another, and that's the key point in having an enjoyable time out here.
Always nice. The tree will stay on display until January 7th.
Well, cloudy skies and rain are in the forecast.
Yep, Storm Team 3's Molly Naslin has a look at your weekend forecast straight ahead.
National Broadcasting Society helps the future of broadcasting get the tools needed to succeed in an ever-growing media world. At Western Illinois University, the professional connections students bring to our chapter of NBS have opened doors to networking possibilities that students otherwise wouldn't have. The opportunities we are given as students at WIU allow us to make connections today for success tomorrow.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless, but as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
Now from Macomb in high definition. Good Morning Macomb continues.
Good morning, Macomb, and welcome back. We have a little bit of a chilly start to our morning with temperatures below freezing at 25 degrees and foggy, but that fog isn't your typical fog that we see. Yes, the temperature and the dew point are very close. The humidity is extremely high, but because our temperatures are below freezing, most of that fog is made of ice, and when it lands on the ground, there could be some slick spots. So make sure you're careful when you're walking to classes. If you're driving anywhere today, could be some slick spots. Now, we are well below our average temperatures. 42 degrees is normal. We're actually right around our average low, but the temperatures are still going to climb as the day continues. We're hoping that those 70-degree temperatures come back, but we're not going to be seeing those just yet. Looking at the current surface map, we do have a high-pressure system over our area, making it so that it's nice and clear outside, bringing in some of this warm air from the south later on as the day goes on, but we aren't going to be bringing any of that rain in, but we will be keeping an eye on that later on in the forecast. Now, looking at the visible satellite, again, we see the sun come up, plenty of clouds, a little bit of snow still left on the ground, but there's not a whole lot in the atmosphere in the way of rain or snow, especially when we look at the radar. Clear skies, not much in our area. Looking to a nice Friday. Again, current temperatures 25 degrees here in Macomb, 27 in Beardstown, and 30 in Keokuk. Temperatures are right around freezing right now. They're going to continue to go up as the day continues. Tonight we'll look at temperatures right around the freezing mark. Now, since we are going to see the chance for rain come through this evening, with those temperatures right around 32, that rain could be freezing rain. Could turn the roads into a sheet of ice, and if the rain is not ice, it could also lead to flooding. Now, tomorrow we're going to get well above freezing with temperatures into the upper 40s, but this is not going to be enough to melt all of that snow that we received over the weekend. So, high chance for flooding this weekend, but not that it would stick around. Tomorrow night, temperatures right around freezing, 36 degrees here in Macomb, 39 in Beardstown, and 38 in Quincy. So we're going to see some pretty nice skies. Again, low tonight, 33, 32 degrees, right around freezing. Rain later on. This could turn into freezing rain, so if you're out, make sure you're careful. The winds are going to be very high tonight, out of the east at 18 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we're looking at a little bit of a nicer day as far as our temperatures, but thunderstorms are possible. Yes, thunderstorms possible in December. We are looking at those possibilities. But for your 5-day, we do have some relatively nice temperatures. We're going to stay above freezing for a while. Until we get into Monday, we're going to go back down around freezing.
All right, Molly. Well, is that rain going to be off and on this weekend or all day?
We're going to be keeping a look at that for as the weekend continues. We're going to see how that builds, see where that rain-snow line ends up, because if it's any farther south, then that can turn into snow or sleet. If it stays up north, it's going to stay more like rain. So we're going to be keeping the eye on where that ends up.
All right.
Okay.
Well, and that maybe impacts the weekend plans, right?
Yes, it will. So talking about the weekend, I will be speaking with Kristen Terry right after the break.
You're watching Good Morning Macomb.
On Tuesday, November 6th,
our state will be making some important decisions.
You might think it's not important,
or your vote doesn't matter.
But that's not true.
If you don't know how
or where to register,
visit vote.gov.
Make your voice heard.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
I want to be able to stand in front of the camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Welcome back. 2 annual holiday events will take place this weekend in Macomb. Joining me now is the Director of the Downtown Development, Kristen Terry. Thanks for being here today, Kristen.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk to you about Dickens on the Square. So first, please tell me, this is the 3rd year having a Santa Zephyr Express. So what is this event about, and why is it so appealing to families?
So the Santa Zephyr Express I started because I wanted to really incorporate Amtrak, and we are lucky to have Amtrak in our community. So I thought this was a great way for those people that might not be able to take their kids on a train ride. And it's such a short train ride from Quincy to Macomb, and trying to bring families from that part of Illinois, from the Quincy, Hannibal, Missouri area, which there's about 100 of them coming from that area, and but there's 140 seats. So that's kind of what the Santa Zephyr is all about, and we're very excited that you know, bringing Santa with them, and then it starts off Dickens.
And this is the 24th year of Dickens on the Square.
Correct.
Tell us, what type of events and things should we be expecting to see?
So tonight, it starts at 6:30. You'll see the living window, so the windows will be coming alive. And then also we will have the horse-drawn trolley rides, which is free. We have also, you know, we've started some new businesses in the downtown, so there is paint your own pottery. You can paint your own ornament at the Crafty Coop. There's a lot of live music going on. You'll see the Victorian characters out. You'll see Disney princesses. I work with the RPTA department, and I have about 5 students that help me that do it for a class for Dr. Jeremy Robinette's class. So it's a great way for people to have their families come out, enjoy family time, and also, of course, enjoy the nostalgia of the downtown.
That's pretty cool. So are these events free?
Most all the events are free. There are a couple things that you need a ticket or you will pay at the door. Like we are doing a Victorian tea party tomorrow afternoon, and that's $20 a seat. We do still have some seats left, which is a great opportunity to experience a real tea party. It's actually by Julianne Pickett, which she is British. So you will learn more about the whole how they started the Victorian, how they started England. The tea parties.
And you're wearing a Victorian-themed outfit. Can you please tell us, how does that connect to the theme of the event?
Yeah, so 24 years ago, a group of people came together and wanted to do a big holiday event. And so they called it Dickens on the Square after Charles Dickens. He is a writer in this era of the 1900s. So we wanted to bring the downtown back into the historic nostalgia of that era. So that's why we started the Victorian characters. And then when I came on board, I understand like the newer generation does not know who Charles Dickens is, but we wanted to incorporate the magical holidays, so that's when we brought in the princesses and the themes like that, the people that would know what those are. But even the younger generation likes to see the Victorian outfits.
Perfect. And what does this event mean to the community?
It is a great time to step back, enjoy your family, enjoy what we have in Macomb, and be proud of where we're coming from, and see the small business owners and how much we have in the downtown area. And we just want to see all the community come together and enjoy this time.
Okay, so as we wrap up, please tell me, Kristen, what's your favorite part about the weekend?
My favorite part is probably seeing the children's faces, because they're so happy. And seeing, they love the horse-drawn trolley, Santa. The Santa Zephyr is one of my favorites. I love that when I added that. And I do love to see the Victorian characters downtown. There's a lot of community members that come together, and we all dress up, and I like the shopping mall too as well for the children.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Kristen.
Hey, thank you so much.
No problem. Voting is wrapping up. Find out the winner of Choose the News. The news poll next on Good Morning Macomb.
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand and said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
The first time I met Morris, the door flew open and I got this larger-than-life personality talking at the top of his lungs.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, man. Oh, I totally forgot. Hold on, let me get this for you. Oh. Just had a magnetic energy. So I thought, all right, we're definitely going to be friends.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch!
Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for one volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying, and now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it.
Welcome back. I'm Liondia Cooper.
And I'm Devin Brooks. Every Good Morning Macomb, we allow you, the viewer, to vote on stories you want to see on the show.
Polls each week are posted on our Facebook page with the variety of stories to choose from that will air here on Good Morning Macomb.
We now have the results you voted for in this week's Choose the News poll. We asked you to vote for one of these two stories: Pigs pig out on Thanksgiving leftovers, or News 3's Ryan Hall discusses the history of the Salvation Army kettle campaign.
At 56%, you picked News 3's Ryan Hall discusses the history of Salvation Army cattle campaign to air this morning.
All right, well, it's that time of the year when bell ringers are outside your local supermarket. Salvation Army volunteers across the country are working for your donations.
News 3's Ryan Hall visited the Salvation Army in his hometown in Kankakee to learn more about the red cattles and the history behind it all.
The bells are ringing this holiday season, and that means the red kettles are out for donations for people that are in need. But do you know the history behind it and the traditional bell ring that we hear all the time? It all started back in 1891, where Captain Joseph McPhee decided to make a change in the amount of people who were going hungry. But how was he going to collect the money? Well, that's where the idea rolls along, going back to his sailor days in Liverpool, England, where the tradition begins with an iron kettle.
So he took it out by the ferry drop-off in San Francisco, and took a pot out there with a sign that said, "Keep the pot boiling," and rang a bell, and he had all the money that he needed in a few hours.
For 125 years, the red kettles have been an American icon that we see during the holiday season. With money given at any donation, it definitely adds the Christmas spirit to their bucket list.
For us personally here in Kankakee County, that's through our lunch program. 5 days a week we offer a free lunch. We do have a food pantry, meal boxes, things like that.
With money given to the Salvation Army, it is a place that provides a safe environment for people who are struggling and a chance to get them back up on their feet. And that is exactly what Captain McPhee's mission was, as he was ringing the bell for service. For News 3, I'm Ryan Hall.
The Salvation Army in Macomb says it's still in need of volunteers to ring bells for the red cattles.
If you're interested in becoming a volunteer, you can visit salvationarmyusa.org for contact information. We always hear those bell ringing when we come out that grocery store. All right, well, after the break, find out how much a broadcasting grad won on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're watching Good Morning Macomb.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in the shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Nobody likes an awkward silence. You can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That would be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Take a look at this. Broadcasting alumnus Mario Calero made it all the way to the $30,000 question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire before being knocked back to $5,000.
The Broadcasting and Journalism Department had a great time watching and rooting for him this week. Congratulations, Mario. Well, Molly, we have to get out the rain gear for this weekend.
We are going to have to get out the raincoats and the rain boots. We do have rain in the forecast. We are going to be keeping an eye on how much those totals are, just in case there's any chance of flooding come this weekend. We do have some nicer temperatures Saturday and Sunday, but we will get back down to the colder temperatures once the weekend wraps up, with 33 and 29 Monday and Tuesday.
All right, well, that's all the time that we have for you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us for the final Good Morning Macomb of the fall semester. Good Morning Macomb will return in the spring.
For breaking news, weather, and more, follow us on our social media platform, News 3 WIU.
From all of us at News 3, have a good morning, Macomb.